Unless, yep, so we're going back into the next game. So all decisions have been made. I'm quite curious to what he's cut, what he's added. You get 12 cards for his sideboard, so you've got quite a few options there.
The light shall bring victory.
I will.
Alright, Knife Juggler, Muster for Battle, that's excellent. Was probably going to see the Zombie Chow and the Dr. Boom being thrown away here. Oh, not the Zombie Chow, sorry, the Sludge Belcher. I was looking at the top hand. Oh wow, that's an excellent hand for RolyPoly there. Rez's hand is not bad. He's got some early game pressure. He'll be able to challenge this Knife Juggler. But it's going to be tough unless he starts drawing some good stuff. I mean, RolyPoly's got just an excellent hand. I mean, look at that. That's just fantastic. So he needs to decide here, does he coin out the Knife Juggler to challenge the teacher? So he's just going to do that. I mean, the problem with Paladin is they don't have any kind of early removal. They need like an early weapon that can challenge these 3 health minions. Like Coghammer's a bit too slow, it costs 3 mana to submit. It's more of a mid-range weapon, and Hammer of Wrath is just completely useless. So they find it hard to deal with stuff like Zombie Chow, so he pretty much just had to throw away his Knife Juggler. And you'll notice here that RolyPoly opted not to use his hero power because he didn't want to give Rez an opportunity to draw from a heal. It didn't matter in the end because he just played the injured Blade Masters, but that's a good presence of mind from RolyPoly. So he's probably thinking about what to do here. The Muster seems almost like you have to, but it's just a bit weak, that's the only problem. I mean, he gives Rez an opportunity to start drawing some more cards. And he gives... oh, a Loot Hoarder, that's interesting. And we got a Holy Smite and a Loot Hoarder here. I'm not sure about the Loot Hoarder, but the Holy Smite is a good way to start dealing with this early pressure from the opponent. But to be honest, Rez is in a very good spot here. He's going to draw another card here. And he gets another Northshire Claret. Okay, so he's just clearing the entire board here and dropping the Northshire Claret. I like that play. Oh, a Mind Control tank. Okay, so we might see a juicy play from RolyPoly next turn if Rez gets a bit too greedy with the board. But he can trade pretty efficiently here, and he can draw 2 cards. So Rez is really far ahead at the moment. I'm hoping Rez is going to trade here because he's seen 2 Mind Control tanks already in the previous game, so he has to have a presence of mind that... oh, he doesn't trade. I would have definitely traded there. You've seen Mind Control tag.
Engaging TC-130 until
and he gets a Loot Hoarder. That's not too bad actually. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so he could have actually kept his Murloc alive then if he had traded into the 1/3, and he could have used his weapon to kill the Blade Master. So he would have had actually a better board situation, but he decided to use his Murloc to run into the Blade Master, which I think is an incorrect play, unfortunately, because you're not really... well, actually, according to chat, it's Valen Combo Priest. Okay, so maybe he is actually afraid of his life, because he's quite... yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Oh wow, he's just drawing all the cards here. He needs to be careful he doesn't overdraw. And he actually has 1 more mana here to waste. Wow, okay, so Rez is very comfortable right now. Double Leon hands, wow. All the healing. This is a greedier list than anything Cow would cook up. Not even Exploding Cow would put double Leon hands in his paladin. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen an equality maybe that turn. I don't know how many equalities he's running, but do you really want to give the priest any more cards at this point? Like, it is a control deck, and control decks definitely excel more as they draw more cards.
Embrace the void.
So this Soul Priest is going to make a nice easy clear up on this Forest Farm, and he's going to get and he loses board again. So Rez is probably going to win this game, unless RolyPoly pulls out a Consecrate anytime soon. So he decided to develop the board a little bit more. I think he had the option of lay on hands that turn just to fish for the Consecrate, because the Priest is in a situation now where he has so many cards in hands, he's just going to be dropping stuff, and he would have got a nice bit of value from the Equality Consecrate if the Priest decided to overcommit the board. And you've got 2 lay on hands. When you're going to use his lay on hands again? It's such a clunky card in general. And a nice steal from the Cabal Shadow Priest here. So he's going to draw more cards from this Falnoth, and he gets a little bit of spell power there from holding cover. So things are looking really good for Rez. Oh, we got a YOLO Rag here. This True Silver actually doesn't do anything. I bet it hits a 1-1. Oh no, he hits the Priest. Okay. And here we go. We've got an easy way to clear this Rag. You can just use a Shadow Word Death. Shame he doesn't have a Sylvanas for a steal. I mean, you could do anything here. I mean, if you look at all these cards. I mean, he could have saved that Shadow Word Death if he wanted and played Mulligan. He would have gained Mulligan 8 health. There's just so many options to the Priest here. Another True Silver champion is just so clunky. So there's the Consecrate. So, thinking back, how many turns has it been? So you drew 4 cards from that. If he had lay on hand 2 turns ago, and he would have drawn that Consecrate, which probably would have put him in a better position. I mean, he has the option now, but he's lost his rank pretty cheaply. He didn't really do anything. Okay, so this Priest is going ham. He's got 8 cards left in deck. And there's a Sylvanas as well.
Mind if I roll me?
And a Loot Hoarder. So drawing even more cards. Wow. So Dr. Doom comes down with Shielded Minibar. Doesn't really play around Mind Control. I think I would have Equality Consecrated there. And then played Shielded Minibar. With a True Silver, is that enough? No, that's too much. A Shielded Minibar, a Consecrate, and an Equality probably would have been better. And the simple fact is, you're playing around Mind Control there, and this board just gets cleared out so easily. And another Quartermaster. Double lay on hands, double Quartermaster. It's quite unusual for a Paladin these days. So now he opts for the Consecrate, but the problem is he's so far behind him that I don't think it makes much of a difference. And there's a Light Bomb, so he does run a Light Bomb, and we have a Black Knight actually. That's very interesting as well. So even though this I've been told this is a Valen combo deck with a bit of Chinese Priest involved, it seems just more kind of like a Control Priest with a splash of Chinese Priest rather than a combo. Because I haven't seen Velen. So Velen's here, and I guess double Mind Blast and maybe something else, unless he texted all that stuff out just to make this matchup better. So I don't know what he sideboarded. So
I have no time for games.
I'm assuming he got rid of the Velen combo and just made it more control. So I think this is just GG for Rez. I mean, he can lay on hands, it'll keep him alive a little longer. But what can he draw? What can he draw that'll make a difference? An Equality would probably be good. But the problem is he's in a situation now that if he just drops Tyrion at any point, it's just going to get mind controlled. Ronaldo's not too bad. Keeps the Priest at bay for just a little longer. Now it's going to be what's going to be interesting is the direction the priest takes from here. Now he could be really greedy and just start filling this board even more, or he can just play more conservative, and I think it's probably best he would go that route. Just play more conservative. You don't have to rush here. You've got a mind control in your hand, you've got a black knight, you've got a light bomb, you've got everything. You've got an answer to anything this paladin's going to play. So there's just no rush right now. You can play at your own pace. I mean, I'd consider just hero powering this Aldor, running the Sylvanas into it, hitting him, and oh no, not even that. I wouldn't even do that actually. I'd run the Soul Priest into that. The only problem with this play is it wastes Sylvanas' death rattle. I think just hitting it with a Soul Priest would be better, because what's the Soul Priest really gonna do now? I mean, it's just ping stuff. I mean, you've got a Holy Nova in your hands. So he's not going to get much value out of this Sylvanas. 1 minion is going to live, but he does get Sludge Voucher, and I think Rez is going to be a bit upset he wasted his Black Knight here. We might see a Holy Nova here. I'm not sure. I mean, he's in no rush here. I mean, he could just heal his dudes and just play the board. You've seen two consecrators. We necessarily don't know if there's enough equality in here, but he does use the Holy Nova. I would like to have kept the Holy Nova.
Reporting for duty.
I don't think there's actually any way. I'm just thinking about it now, what RolyPoly could do to come back. I don't think there's actually any way he can come back here. I mean, if he got a Muster and a Quartermaster, it just get light bombed. If he plays Tyrion, it just gets mind controlled. It's just... Unfortunately, I don't think there's a way out for him. I mean, Rez doesn't, like I said, Rez can just play as conservative as he wants here. It's not going to make any difference. So his side deck choices, from what I can tell, was making it more control orientated, which ultimately made things better for him. It worked out for him. So that's some very intelligent sideboarding from Rez. Understanding. Oh, he goes for a greedy mind control here. That's interesting. I mean, you look at card count. You've got 5 cards left in the Paladin's deck. You haven't seen Tyrion yet. I mean, the Light Bomb. Yeah, you can go for Fatigue Win, I suppose.
Put your faith in
but
the
you can just play so safe there. You weren't afraid with that hand as a priest. You just weren't afraid of anything.
I'm out of cards.
And there's a Dr. GG as well, so now things are awkward because you want to clear the board, so you're gonna want a Light Bomb. But the problem is, a Muster Quartermaster is going to be a big problem for Rez. Alright, so actually I think RolyPoly can probably take this now. He's got...
Like to play with
well,
fire?
no, maybe not.
To play with fire?
He still has to deal with the board. A Knife Jug would be nice. I think that's it.
Well played. The victory.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, Cam. I mean, it ultimately didn't matter because the Paladin didn't have any health. But yeah, he was in such a comfortable position he didn't really need to do anything. So Rez actually takes a game then. It's a best of 3, so this is actually the final game, and the loser goes home. So this is